Welcome to the Smooth Force Fitness Podcast, episode 2. And this is a podcast where we speak about fitness, we speak about mental health, physical health, everything under the umbrella of health and fitness. And today I have the pleasure to introduce someone that I met a few years ago. He's the head trainer of my current gym, bachelor's in kinesiology, working on a master's in education, an all-around good guy, Darius Hodges.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate this opportunity.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. And as I mentioned, I know you through the gym, through seeing you lift weights and being the strong man in the gym, lifting the 100+ dumbbells. And then I also see you as training clients and just bring them to that next level, just helping them become a better version of themselves. In addition to that, I see you as just walking around the gym, just being a nice person and just speaking to the patrons, just speaking to the gym goers and just giving them pointers as they lift. You may make a correction here or just throw some inspiration into what they're doing or just keep them going. And that is what a personal trainer is all about as a personal trainer. And that's something that I think is important. So before I go any further, what I actually want to do is talk to Darius and find out, where did all this start? Okay, I want to find out, where did you grow up? Like, tell me about yourself.
So, I was born and raised in the Bronx, New York.
Okay.
Grew up in a single parent home,
Mm.
Military home. My mother was in the Navy.
Oh, nice.
And in the city, I think growing up, I had to kind of grow up a little faster. I didn't have any siblings growing up. I have a half sister on my father's side, but we weren't raised together.
Mm.
So my mother was the type of mother that she had the 9 to 5 from a young age. I had to mature really, really fast.
Okay.
Being as though she worked in the city, I had to take the bus home or walk home. That helped me to mature a lot faster. Summers as I got older were interesting because I wasn't one of those gamer kids. Like nowadays, the culture, the climate is very digital.
Mm-hmm.
I think my era, it started to come in, but it wasn't really fully in like it is now.
Okay.
And I was in all types of sports camps and football this and basketball that, track. I mean, any sport you name it, I've probably played it.
Nice.
And I think that cultivated my passion for fitness.
Nice.
Being as though you want to be competitive, right? You see kids that can do some amazing things at young ages. And I wanted to be one of those kids. So from a young age, and then my father, really, really, you see my father, you know what he looks like.
He does, yes, I do.
Looking up to that, seeing that, being around the gym culture and the environment, it all helped to shape my love and passion for health, wellness, and fitness, wanting to see it in myself, seeing it around the people that I was thrusted into to be around.
Mm-hmm.
And, I just never took my foot off the gas and I just kept going. And now I've realized for some time now the impact that it has on people's minds, bodies, souls.
Definitely.
Is so, so important.
Definitely.
And to play a role in that as a trainer, changing people's lives is invaluable to me.
Nice. Let's go to like memories. Any special memories, fond memories of you? You say you grew up in the Bronx, single family home. You grew up quickly, and it's normal for someone who lives. Well, it doesn't matter where you live. When it's a single family home, sometimes you do have to grow up. You was probably the man of the house at a younger age.
Right.
Are there any fond memories you want to talk about of your youth?
Man, I have so many, but if I can pinpoint, I maybe give you 2 of them. I played football maybe since I was like 6, 7 years old, like real contact football.
Nice.
And throughout the whole process of that whole journey, from starting off, I think every kid probably starts off as an offensive lineman or some type of lineman, until they develop certain skills and traits and lean out a little bit to figure out what skill position they want to play. Some people stay on the line. I ended up not doing that. I played quarterback. I went to slot receiver for a little bit, played in high school, played in college. But the one thing I remember the most is my mother was at every single game.
That's
She
important.
never missed a game.
That's
I
important.
mean, it could have been hailing. It could have been 100 degrees, pouring down rain. I mean, there's been times where she drove me home from the game and our feet were frostbitten from being out November, December games, super duper cold. And I didn't realize how important that was until I looked back at it.
Mhm.
And it meant so much to me because the consistency in that, being as old, I feel like she played both roles and she had me in the sports camps and she put me through all of that. But to really follow through with it and make no excuses, whether she was sick, whether she had something to do, she prioritized that. And that will stick with me. That will stick with me for the rest of my life because I know when someday, God willing, I have children,
Mhm.
I want to have that same impact because the things that you may not, as a parent, see that you know it's important and you hope that your child thinks it's important, but it's when they grow up and they really like, you know, it's not like a super common thing.
Yeah.
Um, it's like that's probably one of the fondest things I could remember. And then you know, I think just being around my neighborhood, I grew up in Parkchester, so I have a lot of just childhood experiences growing up, and a lot of my friends were older, so they
Mhm.
taught me a lot of things that maybe like a father figure would have taught you.
Okay.
You know, in some instances, how to defend myself, how to move around and navigate in the streets of New York.
Nice.
Um,
Nice.
you know, just
Nice.
going to different neighborhoods, and you have your friends in different spaces. And I realized that at a very young age to
Okay.
categorize certain friends for certain things, and that really helped me shape the man I am today.
Nice.
And a lot of
Nice.
those people I'm still friends with today. And sometimes things happen and people fall off.
That's normal.
But my childhood friends and my upbringing, just kind of just being outside, going to the park, going to different parks, going to different events at a young age. That's another thing I really, really remember to help me shape who I am right now in this moment.
I want to add to that, and I love that. I love that because a parent is so important to a child's upbringing, and clearly your mother is a great mother, and she did what she had to do to raise a successful son, uh, who is you have a bachelor's in
Kinesiology.
kinesiology.
Yep.
You're going for your master's.
I'll be done in 2 months.
Congrats.
Appreciate
Congrats. That's beautiful. My father, both my parents, I was fortunate to grow up with both parents. Uh, my father used to coach. I grew up playing baseball and basketball, got into football at a later age. My father coached myself. He was a coach of my teams, same for my brother. And that meant a lot. That meant a lot to me. It definitely meant a lot to me. My mother was very involved as well. That makes a lot. Kids remember that. Once they reach our age, or I got some years on you, once they reach high school
Adulthood.
age, adulthood, they look back and they want to be the good parent that their parent was. They remember the time they spend with the parent more than what was bought for the child. It's like quality time is quality. So I like that. And with you saying that, I'm going to assume that your mother was your role model growing up.
Oh yeah, I mean, this woman is incredible. Like the impossible, she makes possible.
Mm,
She makes me think I can do anything, be anybody I want to be to this day.
nice.
Like it could be instances where I may have been in a situation and I didn't think I can get out of it. And
Okay.
somehow she helped me to navigate through it, navigate around it.
Very nice.
She didn't make excuses. She didn't complain, right? She just worked so hard her whole life, made things happen, was there, was supportive, was caring. And now she gave me real tough love. Like my mother wasn't the prototypical, like lovey dovey,
Okay.
kind of over affectionate. I got like that kind of little rough edge.
Okay.
I don't know if she was trying to do that to compensate. And I'm not saying my father wasn't he wasn't present, but he was kind of in and out.
Okay. Okay.
And she was consistent, like from day one.
Good.
So I don't know if she did that because she wanted me to
give you that
kind of
balance.
have that balance.
Yes.
But she's my role model in every step of the way. I mean, I owe everything to her for real.
Nice.
And
nice.
It's the qualities, the traits, the perseverance, the work ethic, the commitment to just doing things the right way. She gives back. She cares for her family. She takes care of her brothers, right? On holidays, everybody gets gifts.
Nice.
I mean, even when she doesn't get anything back, so she has a lot of qualities that I really, really look up to. And if I could just have half of the things that she has,
okay,
I'd be
you'd
in a
be
super duper great spot.
You're doing it. You're doing it, and that's beautiful. That's beautiful. Let's get into your schooling, your education. What was your school life like?
So I'll start from high school.
Okay.
I went to Mount St. Michael High School.
Okay.
Half the schools in the Bronx, half the schools in Mount Vernon. I played dual sports. I ran track. I played football I ran track for 3 years. I played football for 4 years.
Nice.
I got an academic athletic scholarship my junior year. It was a whole process. It was about 1,000 kids, like 1,000 Catholic school kids, and it may have even been some public school kids through J.P. Morgan.
Okay.
And it was a whole interview process. You had to write a series of letters, and you went from different stages and rounds. And it was one male and one female that got the award, and I was blessed enough to get the award.
Congrats. Nice.
And we went to the city and we met. His name was James B. Lee. He was I think he was one of the top guys at JP Morgan at the time. I'm not sure what he's doing now. And it was just like a beautiful, that's one of the things I remember a lot from my childhood. That was one of my first biggest accomplishments. Graduated from there, got a scholarship to Hampton University.
Nice. Was it VA, Virginia?
Yep.
Nice.
In Virginia.
Nice.
Went there, that experience. I think going away to college is an experience that if you can take it, you should take it. It just helps cultivate you as a person. That's the first time, at least in my life, where you are fully in control of your decisions, right? And you have to really, really grow up even faster, right? In high school, you'll have teachers and they want you to do the work, and it's more of an intimate relationship. They don't want to see you fail. College, it doesn't matter. You're paying your money, you're on your dollar, right? If you get it done, you get it done. If you don't, oh well, you got to take it again.
It's true.
And I went there not knowing anybody that went to Hampton. So it was a fresh slate, make new friends, figure it out.
Okay.
And I think that really, really helped me to mature even faster than I had already matured. So it was a wonderful experience. 4 years. I played football for the first 2. Then I realized, my body, I sprained my AC joint. I tore my hamstring. Wasn't starting. They switched my position. So I shortly realized, like, I had to weigh out the love for the love of the game versus what I had to prioritize for myself, my mental wellness, my schooling. So I stopped. Grades were always good. I was always like a 3.6, 3.7 student, GPA.
Nice.
90, 93 average.
Nice.
And finished my 4 years. Made some lifelong relations with a variety of different people. Came back and took a couple years off. Took about 4 years off. Then, right after I graduated in 2019.
Okay.
COVID hit in 2020. So a lot of people from 2020 to 2022 weren't able to walk. So I was able to go through that whole experience, which was cool. Took a couple years off. And then through training, actually, I currently train a lot of teachers, professors. And it was like, Darius, you'd probably be like a really good teacher, But it took me a while to think about it, because initially I got my degree in kinesiology to do physical therapy. right? And then you do practicum and you do almost like not really residencies, but you go to physical therapy clinics and you work with physical therapists in your undergraduate degree. And I just was kind of like, it's not for me.
Okay.
So that's why I went into the personal training. That went really well. And then some of my clients influenced me to start teaching and impact society in a different way. Took me a minute. Eventually I was like, you know what, why not?
Okay. So let me ask you this. So when you was going to school, when you was going to college, was at that time being a trainer wasn't on your mind? It evolved and later went that route?
So I started working out at the age of 13.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I'm talking like working out around grown men. I actually started with my father at Star Fitness.
Okay.
It was a gym by Lehman High School on Commerce.
Okay.
In the Bronx. I said that right.
Mhm.
And you see a lot of trainers, you see a lot of people giving people tips and pointers. And throughout my life, I've always been kind of like in fitness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then after I stopped playing football, I never stopped working out.
Good.
So I'm in a gym. People ask me for pointers. People ask me questions. I'm giving them advice. I'm in school for it, so I know what I'm talking about. Then I'm like, why not just make it something I can get paid for, right? Why? And I'm giving free advice, but why not see if I can get paid for it? And I reached out after I got my degree to a couple gyms, Lifetime, Equinox, 24 Hour Fitness, and 24 Hour Fitness in Midtown. Rest in peace to the fitness manager. He recently passed away. He was impressed with my resume, my dialogue, our conversation, and he started me off as an elite trainer down there on 53rd and Madison.
Nice.
And that really kind of catapulted my fitness journey. Now I trained a little bit in college, but it was kind of like sporadic.
Okay.
But when I really fully got into the training realm was when I left college, came back to New York, and started at 24 Hour Fitness in Midtown.
Okay. So I think you said earlier you graduate college in 2019, and the whole world knows 2019 was a year. 2019, 2020 was a year to remember. It broke some people. It made some folks stronger. If you could just tell me, like, how did the pandemic, how did 2019, how did 2020 affect you?
So I remember the day kind of like the world shut down. I think it was like March 13th or March 19th. One of those 2 days, 2020. And it was like an unprecedented event. And everything was just like, all right, everything's shutting down. My job ended up, the job I was at, 24 Hour Fitness, they ended up closing down completely.
I remember that.
Like they just shut down. You know how some gyms reopened? The one in Midtown never reopened.
Yeah.
So what they allowed is for some of the trainers, well, for all the trainers, if you were there, right, to take some of the equipment home with you. So I got my car and I loaded up kettlebells, dumbbells, barbells. I mean, from 53rd in Madison all the way up to the Bronx. I mean, my car was leaning on the FDR with all the equipment I had.
Nice.
So it was initially a shock. It was almost like unbelievable because I'm looking outside when they shut everything down. There's nobody outside. And it's like, all right, so what now? So I'm not gonna lie, I got a little, like, just from being uncertain as to what was gonna happen next, kind of took a step back. I relaxed. I just had like a couple of weeks where I was still doing at-home workouts. They had like scaffolding. I'll throw the mask on, do pull-ups, dips, try to stay sharp. But I really just did a lot of nothing, honestly. And looking back, that probably wasn't the best idea.
Okay.
If you had got like a degree during that time period, I mean, classes were online. They were a lot more lenient with deadlines. I wish I can go back to that time. I mean, it's unfortunate some of the things that happened.
Yeah, true.
But to have the opportunity to take advantage and get ahead when everybody's kind of like stopping everything, I could have used that to leverage it a little bit better. But I didn't know what was going on next. I didn't know what was going to happen next. But I think I should have took more advantage of it. But it slowed me down. And then after a couple weeks, I was like, all right, we got to do something. So then I started training people outside and in my neighborhood, and I built a real steady clientele base. I used the equipment that I had from the gym. I had like a big trolley and I'll take it to the outside to the park. I had benches, kettlebells, resistance bands. I mean, it was crazy. I trained people hourly, and I was making some income. And slowly the world started to open back up.
Good.
Gym started opening back up, and then
good. And that's where to do it. Make the best out of your situation. And that sounds like that's what you did. You made the best out of the situation. Some folks remain stagnant and just didn't do anything. And he said for a little bit at first, perhaps while you was trying to understand what was going on, you
a little apprehensive.
Yes. Yeah. And then you realize this is my current reality. How can I better myself in this situation?
Right.
And you did so, and I commend you on that. That's phenomenal. And this I kind of want to take a step back regarding, you mentioned it. You spoke about a little bit about getting your master's, and someone felt that you'd be a great teacher, which I agree with. I actually really agree with that. I think you will be a great teacher.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely. But if you want to speak a little bit more about what told you that teaching is a path that I want to enter.
So also a couple of different components. Like I said, a lot of clients, quote unquote, put the battery in my back and influence me that it would be something that I can look into doing as a career, because essentially you can make training a career, but it's not essentially a career, right? If you leverage it the right way, you have online clientele, right? You do certain things, you could put yourself in a position to make really, really good money.
True.
But training is an oversaturated occupation, and it's very volatile, right?
Yeah.
So you can have somebody that's paying you X amount of dollars for X amount of sessions. They move or they end up not being able to do it anymore. You have to replace that person. It's not necessarily easy to do that.
True.
Right? So the volatility of training, I sat back as I started to get older, and when the money's good, it's really good. But when it's bad, you got to be able to understand how to save. You got to be able to understand your expenses appropriately.
Yeah.
So I wanted some more stability. I wanted a different impact in society as well. And even growing up, I've always been pretty good with the youth and connecting and trying to like be a counselor at camps and looking out for the younger kids in my neighborhood, connecting on certain levels. And I said, you know what? This might be the next step. It's all about, I feel like if you aren't moving, especially forward in life, what are you doing, right? You only get, as far as I know, you only get one, right? Why not make the best of your opportunities while you have it? So I said, what's the progression? What's the next step, right? I got a bachelor's degree, and I could have been a trainer without a bachelor's degree and been making similar money. Now I have certain credentials and certifications that grant that I should make more money as a trainer. That warrant, that I should make more money as a trainer. But I just think I wanted a little bit more purpose and some more stability. And then I thought about what my clients were saying to me, and I was like, you know what? Let's do it. You know, I should take the step. I'm not getting any younger. Why not right now? Why not today?
I agree with you. So taking from what you just said, I would say that you see yourself as being a leader. I would say, especially if you want to be a teacher,
right?
You're leading you're informing, you're teaching, you're guiding, you're leading the individuals you're teaching into a better direction. So is it safe to say that you can see yourself to some degree a leader?
Absolutely. I mean, in high school, in middle school, I was a quarterback. So you're essentially the leader.
You talk to everyone.
You're the leader of the
men, offense.
Right. You run the operation. So from then being able to have things in a certain level of order, being able to understand leaders hold themselves accountable first, right? Before the people they're leading. Being able to give people appropriate advice to the best of your ability as you know it. And if you don't know it, you resource and outsource for it.
Yes, yes.
And when I train, right, you train lawyers, doctors, people in high positions that lead in their prospective space. But when they come to your space and you lead,
Yes.
right, you need to show like, okay, even though you're a leader in this space, I am a leader in this space. And being a trainer over time has helped me to improve my quote unquote leading, being able to be a good leader and exemplifying that on a daily basis.
Nice, nice.
So,
I like it. It sounds good to me. It sounds good to me. I agree with you. What would be maybe one of the takeaways from getting your bachelor's or pursuing your master's? Like what stands out and perhaps changed the person you are today, or the person you were to now the person you are today? Is there anything?
in terms of getting my bachelor's and getting
Yeah,
my
like
master's,
so getting your bachelor's, any takeaways that how did it change you as an individual today, going through the process to get your bachelor's, and also going through the process of, you say you're gonna have a master's in
2
education
months.
soon, in 2 months. So what have you taken from that? What have you gained from that experience?
It showed me that good things, right? Really sustainable good things take time. It takes work.
Yeah.
You may fall sometimes. You got to get up, right? Things are not going to go your way. You got to have tough skin, right? Sometimes you can't go straight through the door. You got to go through the back door. You got to go underground. You got to go over it, right?
Yes.
And going through my bachelor's degree, right? It wasn't all peaches and cream. It wasn't all perfect. I had to drop I've never struggled with anything ever academically.
Yes.
I had to drop a statistics class. I had to take it out of community college because had I failed that class, I probably would have had my scholarship in jeopardy. Certain assignments I didn't do very well on. I mean, you had just a lot of different circumstances, not even academically, socially, where it was tough and it impacted the schooling, right? So just being able to understand that even though at the end, through a lot of different things I went through, I finished. And when you walk across that stage, it was like, man, like I really did it. Like it's all done. Like everything that I probably done went through. And I'm not saying I went through a ton, because I navigated things pretty well.
Okay. You went through enough.
I went through enough to where some people may have been like, you know what, I'm probably just gonna stop. Right? Probably just not gonna continue. Because it's easy to just, especially when you're young, right? A lot of young people think that they have all the time in the world.
That's true.
Right? And especially when it's not only your dollar, it's kind of like,
that's true.
You know, I could pick back up later, or it's not that important right
now. Then
now.
that time goes by, and like, where do those years go?
Right. And you don't realize that a lot of times until you get older. You have some of our youth that realize that at a young age, and they make sure they're on point and they take advantage of opportunities. But it really just getting a bachelor's degree and now pursuing my master's degree, it just really showed me like stay in the fight, right? Keep going. It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be things that are going to just F you up. And have a vision, understand and believe that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and keep looking for it and keep going, right? Keep finding ways, keep finding opportunities, keep finding things to help you come out your situation on top, or in a favorable way for you.
Yeah. I like that. So you spoke about what motivated you to become a personal trainer, but how do you balance the physical, mental, and motivational aspects of working with clients?
Man, it's what I will say is it's all relative to the people that you work with. As a personal trainer as well, you're really also a therapist in a sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Right? You have people that coming from different traumas, different personalities, different goals. Being able to help them to navigate that, to help them feel more confident in their skin, more comfortable with who they are, right? It takes a certain type of individual to be successful in doing that. I'm blessed to have had a lot of my clients for extended periods of time because I understand the dynamic and balance of helping them to get in better physical condition, but motivating them, being there for them outside of just that hour or hour and a half that we're training, right? Developing sound programs, giving them nutritional advice and tips. And and also being a personal trainer, keeping myself physically in good condition. So they have a not necessarily role model, but I see a lot of and this is a topic that you can go on and on about, but you got like the fat trainer. I never understood that.
I don't either.
It doesn't. I never understood the out of shape trainer.
It doesn't make sense to
me. So physically balanced and me being in shape, mentally, even though they may have, it may be a situation where it's been 8 to 12 weeks and they're not seeing the goals that they want to see, right? How do we adapt the program? How do we keep moving forward? What can I do? Are you doing your part as a client? Because I can only do but so much. But if you're not doing your part, then it makes it a lot harder for me to get you where you want to go.
True. Very
right?
True.
And then I could be having a bad day, right? But I can't necessarily show my client I'm having a bad day because that energy rubs off during the session. Now the session's probably not as good as it should have been, right? Trying to keep a neutral mindset. And all of those things, mentally, you said physically, emotionally.
Yeah, physical, mental, and motivational. And I definitely get what you're saying. I was a trainer 20 years ago. So I can relate to everything you're saying because I understood or I've been through some of it. Although I did it 20 years ago, you have been doing it longer than me. I just may have done it then, but you've been doing it longer, more consistently. So but I do understand what you're saying. And I kind of feel like I know the answer to this next question, but I still kind of want to ask you and see what you think about it. What do you get out of training individuals? Like what does it do for you?
Man, it's so gratifying seeing a person come to you with low self-esteem, not in the best shape, not confident in themselves and who they are, working with them over time and seeing that blossom, seeing it develop, seeing them get in better shape, seeing them be more confident, post certain pictures or go to certain events, telling you about it, building that relationship. It's like the process of helping somebody to be a better version of themselves is so gratifying. And I think that's what keeps me in it. Right. And I love the challenge. I love challenges.
Yeah.
And a lot of challenges, some challenges are a lot harder than others. But like, why can't I be the person to help you? Right. That's why you hear coming to me and I don't give up. Right. Once somebody comes to me looking for help, your success is my success.
Yes.
Right. So your failures are my failures. So if you fail, I fail. And I hate to fail.
Yes.
So I'm going to do everything in my power to help you to get there. And training people it's like such a gratifying process, especially when things turn out well. And I just love the grind of consistency every day.
Yes.
Right.
I like
Keep going. So
I like it. I like it. And as I mentioned earlier, I think I have about 15 years on you in age, but you came to me, we spoke in the gym and you gave me some pointers.
Right.
And in my book, this is my book right here, Broken Words, Mind Built Body. I'm gonna give you a copy sometime today.
Appreciate that.
I wrote, no problem. I wrote, I'm a teacher and student of fitness. And no matter how old I am, or no matter how much experience I have in the field, someone always knows either more, or even if they don't know as much, they may remind you of something that you do know, but you just needed to hear it from another person to reset yourself and get you back into the game and just do your thing. And you definitely done that to me on more than one occasion. So I do appreciate that. So
you know what I'll say to add on to that too?
Yeah.
Fitness is so evolving. It's constantly changing.
Yes.
And we may both have a correct way of doing something. It just may be a little different.
Yes. Just tweak a little bit.
The activation may be a little different.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The tempo of it may be different. You may get a different stimulus. So you're never going to stop learning, especially when it comes to health, wellness, and fitness. There's always new machines, new exercises, new innovative things that come out that we try and we experiment and that we learn from and have different experiences through.
Yes.
So it's whether it's age related, whether it's time in the game, like you're always learning.
Yes,
You'll always continue to learn.
Yes, yes. Very, very well said. Well said. Definitely true. Now, what does the future hold for Darius Hodges? What's coming up? Any events and just what's on your plate for the near and even far future?
So right now, I've just been full steam ahead with finishing this master's program. Right. I got less than 2 months. Well, today's the 19th, right?
Yes.
I have 2 months exactly.
Oh, nice. That's
2
great.
months exactly.
That's
God
great.
willing, things go well. I do
That's
what I have
great.
to do.
Congrats, man. That's
I
great.
have 2 months exactly. So I just really been full steam ahead with that. From there, obviously look for job placement.
Okay.
Do that whole thing. I'm going to continue to train. That's never going to stop. And I told a lot of my clients that as well. Like, what happens when you become a teacher? And I may cut back, but I'm going to continue to train.
Good, good.
I might even look into doing like some type of group fitness classes.
Nice.
Trying to diversify. I've been on a split routine. So I kind of do like a bro split.
Okay.
Like the 2 muscle groups a day. But I'm looking to do some type of competitive event next year.
Nice. Good.
Just to give me something different to train for, help my body to just kind of react to exercise in a different way again. So whether it be a Spartan race or a High Rocks event, I'm definitely looking to do that sometime next year.
Nice.
So starting January, I probably change my program up a little bit. And I'm not saying I still don't have athletic qualities now, but when you're doing like a split routine and you're lifting certain types of weights with certain types of tempos for so long, right? I feel like I've lost a lot of that pop and that athleticism and those things that you probably need to be successful in those types of events. And I want that back.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to do that next year and just staying consistent, trying to find ways to increase my income, right? Passive income. Maybe trying to find something to invest in. I don't know what that looks like right now, but opportunities, if you put yourself out there, open up all the time. And that's really it, man. Just try to stay motivated, trying to stay consistent, positive, and that's what the future holds for me.
Do you think you're going to make an impact on whichever field? It could be the fitness field, it could be the educational space. Or do you believe you're gonna make an impact on lives or just the field in itself in the future?
On lives or just the field?
Well, both. Like, do you feel like you'll make a positive impact on whatever arena you enter?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Whatever I go and thrust myself into, my goal is to make an impact. My goal is to change the dynamic of it for the better, right? Not only to help myself, but to help other people in the process and receive help.
Yes.
Whatever I put my foot forward to go into, I'm giving it 100%. For me, it's either 0 or 100. I don't do like the 47s, the 65%. Like if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it to try to be the best. I'm going to do it to try to play my role in the best way or motivate the best way possible, impact myself, impact other people, impact whatever it is that we're doing. And so that's really it. Whatever I see myself entering, I see myself being great at, I see myself trying to be a positive influence.
Nice.
To whoever or whatever it is.
I like it. Let me ask you a few fun questions.
Okay.
Just because being a personal trainer, sometimes it's nice to know that your trainer has personality. They're a nice guy. They can joke around and that not everything is so serious. Although we're pushing our client to be better, we're pushing our client to reach the goals that they want. It's still nice to joke around with them and so on. And so let me ask you a few fun questions just to see who you are.
Let's do it.
Okay. So early morning or late night?
No, I'm late night. Man.
Late night
I'm
person?
super late night. And it's funny, doing the whole teaching thing, waking up early it kills me. But I've always been like late night.
Okay.
Vamp champ, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, My day used to start at 8 p.m.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that was my thing. I'd go to the gym at 2, 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Nobody's in there.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm a super late night dude.
Oh wow.
For sure. Over early morning.
That's cool. That's cool. I think I know the answer to this question. Cardio or weights?
Oh, definitely weights.
Weights are so much fun.
Yeah, definitely
So
weights.
much fun.
I mean, you can get pretty creative with cardio as well.
Yeah.
But it's nothing like hitting a new PR or trying a new exercise.
Mm-hmm.
Just that clang and bang.
Oh yeah, the sound of the plates tapping together.
That lactic acid buildup
Oh, yes.
from doing high repetitions or whatnot. Like I'm definitely a weights guy. Now, nothing against cardio because I like cardio as well. But yeah, weights.
Cardio is cool. It's just when I lift weights, I feel it's gonna sound arrogant, but I almost feel invincible. When I do cardio, I feel fresh. I feel healthier. I just feel it's just two different feelings. Both of them are endorphin releases, but it's just a different feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy both of them. I definitely enjoy both of them. You say you're from the Bronx.
From the Bronx.
You know, the East Coast, West Coast thing.
Yep.
I know California is beautiful. I've been there a few times. I love it. You're born and raised in New York. Let's put the two together. New York or California? Let's say New York City or LA. Let's say that.
I mean, if for me to even say Cali, I'd be disowned from New York. Like I can't even fix my lips to even try it. I could live in Cali for the rest of my life from tomorrow on, and I will still always say New York. New York is a place. It's New York. It's New York or nowhere.
It's a special place, man. New York is a special place. Text or call?
I'm a phone call guy. Sometimes text messages take too long to get the damn point across. Mm-hmm. You text somebody, you need an immediate answer. They getting back to you 10 minutes, right? Now with texting, you can kind of have a little bit more time to materialize your thoughts. But that organic interaction from a phone call, unless we in person, I'm a phone call guy.
I like that.
If I really want to talk to you, I'm gonna call you.
Got you. I like that. Okay, so I spoke to a few of my friends, and first of all, everyone was excited to speak to write a question for you to answer, fitness related, and I have a bunch of questions. And since there's so many, we may have to limit time for the answer, unless you want to go into detail.
Yeah, let's do it. I'll speed them up.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a bunch of questions, and first question is: are there any exercises that no one should do because they're either worthless or dangerous? So is there any exercises that no one should do because they're either worthless or dangerous?
You have some exercises. I think most exercises are meaningful. Okay. Right? But when you start to do things that in a way where the form is improper, or you're compromising yourself, or you're hyperextending certain joints and and you're compromising yourself in that way, then it starts to become meaningless or pointless. But in most cases, any fitness maneuver that strengthens the muscles and densifies the bones, I'm for. I'm for. Okay. Yeah, I'm for.
Okay, that's a good answer. I agree. Are there people would say only do body weight exercises? Okay, are there people who should only do body weight exercises or only cardio instead of weight training?
I believe in weight training to some capacity, adding resistance to create adaptation. Doesn't have to be a lot of weight. Now you can get great workouts through cardio and body weight. Yes. But at a certain point, in my opinion, you'll plateau. And if you're not plateauing, right, 20 squats becomes something that you've adapted to. Now you got to do 40. Now you got to do 60. So now it's just taking you more time to get stimulus. Yes. But that resistance training is going to create the stimulus a lot quicker. Yes. Right? And then after time, you're doing body weight exercises, you'll grow the strength if you get good enough with those to be able to add some resistance in some capacity. Nice. So yeah,
So weights is a go. Everyone should do
at
weights.
some point. Yeah, everybody. I don't care.
Male,
13,
male,
female. You can be 13 years old. You can be 90. Doesn't matter.
Okay, I agree with you, and I agree. There was a study that says the longevity people's longevity has a correlation to how muscular your thighs are, your legs are, and most people are not building big legs from just running. From just doing cardio, just getting on an elliptical or just getting on the treadmill and walking or just running. It's not the same as doing squats or doing leg press or doing leg extensions, leg curls, calf raises, or any of those exercises that are building muscle. And muscle, I think we both can agree, is important.
Absolutely.
Does a type of equipment you use make a big difference? For example, kettlebells versus dumbbells.
I'm gonna say it makes a difference. Probably not a big difference. It's really how you manipulate the equipment.
Okay.
Right. It's really how you go about utilizing it. Right. The positions you put yourself in to maximize output. It's not so much about the equipment. Are you using it efficiently? Are you using it correctly? Right. Are you using an appropriate weight?
Okay.
So most equipment is effective. It's just how you utilize it to get out what you're looking for.
Got you.
Piece of equipment.
Got you. Are there muscles that even fit people fail to work out but should?
Yes.
Okay.
A lot like that whole lumbo-pelvic hip complex, especially for men, right? So your adductors, your abductors, your glutes.
The inside, outside,
Right, adductors. Yep. So your lumbo-pelvic hip complex, super duper important, especially for women. A lot of times it's a stigma, like women like to do legs and they don't like to do as much upper body. And it's it's the opposite for men. But that whole lumbo-pelvic hip complex, for stability, just for leg strengthening, for balance, that's really super duper important.
I think that answers a question. You don't have to go any further because that. Let me, guys, and I fit in this category sometimes. We see the women doing certain exercises, and us guys like, nah, that's a girl exercise. And then as I got smarter and started thinking about it more, I learned that sometimes I want to follow a woman's regimen because they're not just trying to make the chest big, the arms big, and so on. They want balance. They want everything. They want everything to look nice. So sometimes do those exercises, an abductor exercise, and as Darius said, create balance.
Right.
If you're
a true fitness person, you want every muscle to be functional, every muscle to be strong. You want every muscle to operate at a high level. So you want to work on literally every single thing, right? So
and that answers my next question, because the next question was, are there muscle groups that are not worth exercising? And you just said you want to work everything. And I agree. Yes.
I think everything should be strong.
If a person could only do one exercise, what should it be?
Man, I'm about to sound like a hypocrite, but it's probably deadlifts, right? And I'll tell you why.
I like deadlifts.
It's probably deadlifts. I'll tell you why.
Okay.
If you're doing the deadlift with the appropriate form, it literally trains damn near everything, right? You're training your posterior chain, your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back, right? If you're pinching your shoulder blade and squeezing your lats, you're training your lats, you're training your forearms. Now you don't have to go power lift, like you don't have to lift over 80% of your 1 rep max.
Okay.
But if you are progressively overloading, right? If you are using correct form, that's a very, very good exercise, compound movement that works a variety of different muscle groups and can keep a person strong, keep their posture intact.
I'm in full agreement. I'd
probably say deadlifts.
I'm definitely in full agreement.
But see, me personally, I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because I don't deadlift.
Yeah,
I personally don't deadlift. I'll do bent over rows. I'll do back extensions,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't deadlift. Personally, when I think about deadlifts, and this is a fault of my own, I'm not perfect either.
Okay.
But if you don't got 500 on the bar, 600 on the bar, it's like I can go ahead and do 315, 405 probably for reps. But one thing about me, like when I start to get into a movement, okay, what's next? Okay, this is easy. Let me go higher. Let me go higher.
Yeah.
And I've hurt my back
Mm-hmm.
enough to be like, I'm probably just gonna stay away from that one. I don't even want to get myself into the rabbit hole of
Yes.
all right, 495, okay, 585, 585, 675. Like, I don't even want to. And that's for some people, and I love that for them. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I love deadlifting. I'm a 500-pound deadlifter, but I also had back discomfort, and I can't say deadlifting is a reason for it. I think it's an issue. It's a combination of a few things, but and like you said, what's next? I did 500. Let me put another plate on. Let me
That's
put
the
another
classic.
quarter on.
You make 6 figures, you want to make 7. You make 7 figures, you want to make 8. It's always like you
Yeah.
want more. You can have damn near everything
Yes.
and want more.
Yes.
That's just human nature.
It is.
So
it is.
That's why I just
it
like,
is.
you know what? That one, let me just. But I love squats.
I
love squats.
Yeah, have you squatted too?
I love squats.
Yes.
But just deadlifts, that bending over to pick up the bar.
Yeah.
You start to round your back. It's just like at a certain weight, your back's gonna round a little bit.
It will, yeah.
Right? I like my spine. I want to keep it.
Hey, listen,
in one piece.
I agree with you. I love squats too.
Yeah.
What do you see as the biggest mental roadblock keeping people from consistency?
In general or in fitness?
Yeah, for fitness. Like what some folks want to become fit and they start.
I got the perfect answer for you.
Yeah.
Right? There's no instant gratification.
There isn't.
Right? It's certain things where you do it and you get results right there.
Yes.
Or you do it and you get an answer right there.
Yeah.
Right? It's a process and it's challenging, and in every capacity, mentally, physically, emotionally, like it's super challenging. And a lot of people aren't mentally tough. A lot of people need that instant gratification. That's why a lot of people do the BBLs and the body enhancing surgeries and in some cases steroids. That's what keeps people from not being consistent, right? And I give people this analogy, right? Let's say you shave the hair off your head, right?
Okay.
And day one, you look in the mirror. You might not see much of a difference, right? Day 2, you go back, look in the mirror. You still probably won't see that much of a difference, right? Mm-hmm. But you get to day 6, day 7, and little by little, it's growing and it's growing and it's improving. If you can grow hair and and then by day 100, you got a full head of hair, right?
Yes.
So if you just take care of your hair, you shampoo it, you moisturize it, you condition it, it will flourish, it will grow. Same process, right?
I like that.
If you eat the right foods, if you do the correct exercises, if you get rest, in some cases, if your supplementation is optimal, like you'll see the progress. It just won't be right then and there when you want it. You got to understand there's ebbs and flows. Like it goes up, it goes down.
Yes.
And if you could just trust that it's gonna happen for you.
Yeah. I like that. About that. Well said. How do you personally stay motivated when progress? And it's kind of what you said. We'll answer this. How do you personally stay motivated when progress feels slow or life gets busy? And we're all talking about fitness when we ask about everything related to fitness. You kind of answered it.
Yeah, me personally, like I'm self-motivated, man. Like it don't take much to get me going.
Yeah.
Once I'm in it, I'm in it. Once I got my eyes set to do something, I'm gonna do whatever I got to do to get there to do it. So, like me personally, I'm just self-motivated. It doesn't take really much of anything to get me going.
Okay.
All right. And if you give me a little bit of stimulus, or you give me somebody that's like I got to compete against,
and
I hate losing.
Yeah.
Right? I hate losing.
Yeah.
I hate failure.
Mm-hmm.
So that even pushes me more. I even go the extra step and wake up a little early or stay up a little later. So that's how I stay in it. That's how I stay motivated. It's not, some people aren't self-motivated. Like, I've been self-motivated since for as long as I can remember.
Nice.
For sure.
And it kind of goes into the next question of what separates clients who get lasting results from those who fall off after a few months. And it's the self-motivation, I guess.
Not necessarily, because you can have the same client, right, with two different trainers.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need a person to get the ball rolling in the right fashion, right? Sometimes they got to crawl before they can walk, and they can walk before they jog, and jog before they sprint.
Yeah.
You got some trainers that just make them try to fucking sprint.
Yeah.
Right? Out the gate, just go.
Yeah.
And that overwhelms some people, and they stop. Right? Or their motivation process and tactics aren't correct. They haven't learned that particular person. So how they may need motivation may not be the correct way that you're giving it to them.
Got you. Know your client.
Right.
Yeah.
So versus, and this may not work if you have the perfect trainer, right? It could be something that they intrinsically have to figure out for themselves.
Yeah.
But if you have a trainer that works with them, that meets them where they at, that checks in on them, right? That stays patient with them, then you'll generally get better outcomes from those people. And it has a higher rate of success when you meet them where they're at and you walk them through it and you show them that you're going to be there for them and you help them to feel comfortable, because some people have social anxiety in the gym. Some people don't like to be in the gym around a lot of people. Yeah. Right. I have clients that, and it's, I don't, this could be a fault of my own, but I have clients that don't want to work out if I'm not there. Right. But giving them good programs. Okay. Do 3 exercises by yourself. Yeah. All right. Do that for a week. Okay. You add a couple exercises. So, I hope, that would be my answer to that question. Go ahead.
Okay. Are there any new fitness technologies or recovery tools you think are actually worth the hype?
Yeah. I don't know. This is not new. It's been out for a little while, but like the Normatex and the Game Readies, you know what those are?
I haven't heard of it.
So like the Game Readies is basically like a compression device that shoots ice.
Oh yes.
Right, and it compresses at the same time. You can use it for like a shoulder, a knee. Right, the Normatec are the sleeves and the things that it pressurizes. It's like blows air into it and puts pressure on your legs and helps with like blood circulation and recovery. And
that's new to me. And that's new to me, who's been in fitness for a long time, but I never tried it. So I'm going to try it.
Yeah, and that's, recovery is super duper important, and trying to find ways to make that process faster in the safest way, because you can recover, like you take steroids, you're going to recover super fast. That's essentially what makes steroid users so much bigger and quote unquote stronger, not because they put the steroids in them and they chill and they do, but it helps them to lift very heavy and do a lot of exercise and recover from that in a very short period of time.
So unfair
to do it again, right? So what they may recover in 2 days, you're going to take a week.
Yes, it's so unfair,
right? So just so those are certain things that are relatively safe, right? For the most part, they're safe, and they're rehabilitative devices that help you to recover faster and continue to perform at the level you'd probably like to.
Nice. Yeah. So your background in kinesiology, has that changed how you approach training your clients?
Of course. You're more knowledgeable, right? You see things and you're able to articulate why it's correct or why it's not correct. You're able to give the whys, not just the whats, or not just, you have a lot of trainers, guys who get in good shape, and guys don't have the education necessarily, and they want to become trainers, right? But they don't know how to tailor certain programs. They don't know why a client should be doing this or why they probably shouldn't be doing that. So having that education helps you to understand the anatomy, physiology. It helps you to understand movement patterns. It helps you to understand, all right, this is probably correct for this person. And what might be right for this person may not be as optimal or correct for this other person. So the kinesiology and the education in that space has helped me to be more knowledgeable and be confident in what I'm talking about when I'm helping these people.
Nice, nice. What movement pattern or exercises do you think everyone should master regardless of their goal? Is there any?
Yeah, the 7 primal movements. You know what they are?
Yeah, you have to update me on that.
So squatting, hinging,
Okay.
right? Rotating,
Nice. Okay.
push, pull, lunge, and gait.
Everyone should do that. No
You
matter
should
your
be
goal.
able, everybody should be able, because it's the 7 primal movements. They're things that you do like every day in life without really realizing it, right? Like a lunge, for instance. Oh, when do I do lunge? A small lunge is when you walk up steps.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
go ahead and skip 3 steps. You're lunging.
And that's a big, yeah, you can
That's
feel
a
your
big thing,
quads, hams,
right?
everything.
So,
yeah.
And those are all exercises branch off of those 7 movements, right? Those 7 movements are components of every piece of equipment or anything you can probably do in fitness. So if you can not necessarily master, but be proficient to an extent in those movements, you should try to.
I like it.
Yeah.
I got a few more questions, man. These are some great answers, gems, some great answers, man.
Appreciate that.
Although clients may have fitness goals they are trying to achieve, example, getting that physique that they want, looking like that model on TV or that individual in the paper or even the neighbor. Do you ever use the knowledge? Okay, so although someone may have the goal and what they want, do you ever use your knowledge and nutrition to enhance the client beyond their expectations? So they may say, I want to be here, but with your knowledge, incorporating nutrition and other knowledge, do you ever bring that client beyond their individual expectations?
Yeah, right. Because in a lot of cases, clients come to you as a blank slate. So you're teaching them fitness, you're teaching them health and wellness, teaching them nutrition, you're teaching them recovery.
Okay.
Right. And I try to tell my clients, be the best version of you. Don't be somebody else's best version, right? Don't see somebody and you can have aspirations like, man, I want to look like that person. All men weren't created equally. So man wasn't created equal. So some people's capabilities physically, some people's aesthetics are going to just be different because they're genetically different. They weren't created equal. So just be the best version of you, whatever that looks like. I try to tell people out the gate, try to be your best self, right? Because I feel like comparison is the thief of joy. So when you start comparing yourself to these unrealistic, I don't want to say unrealistic expectations, but when you start to compare yourself to people that probably you don't know what they've been through, you don't know what they did to get there, you don't know what they're on or what's going on, the resources they have, right? It could kind of be unrealistic or very, very, very hard to obtain. So I try to tell people to be the best version of themselves. And in terms of helping people to get beyond their goals, I work with a few clients right now. They've met their goal. Typically, when you meet your goal and you understand what to do, what you need me for, right? I've taught you how to do it. You got there. See you later. I'm not handcuffing you, but now some people want the accountability. Some people like the vibe. Some people like the push you give them so they stay around. So, and then we try to find new goals and different things to achieve and to strive for.
Nice. Okay. Do you collaborate with other professionals? Example, physical therapists, massage therapists, acupuncturists, to help clients achieve the most optimal being?
Well, as a personal trainer, if you're a decent one and you have like a client that has some type of medical conditions going on, you try your best to maybe collaborate with doctors or physical therapists via paperwork, or even if you speak to them to see where they're at, to see what things they probably need more of. So you collaborate with those individuals to help give your client the best program possible. On a personal level. I've collaborated maybe with like trigger point specialists. So if I want to do if I want to learn different like stretch techniques, if I want to passively stretch a client, right, I learn some things from them and some tips, because stretching is a very important part of recovery. So to know how to do that as a trainer is important. But a lot of my information I'm researching, I'm YouTubing, Google, AI to help to improve my knowledge of certain aspects to help my client.
Nice. I'm gonna ask you one more question because a lot of questions were sent to me. I don't want to take up all your time, and I really appreciate you taking your time to be on the Smooth Force Fitness podcast.
Of course.
So I'm gonna ask you one final question, and it is, how would you approach to training someone who is 40 plus, a 40 plus year old male, former strength trainer with interest in regaining his former physique versus a 40 plus year old male who lived a sedentary life and now is interested in becoming a power lifter? So two males, same age, 40 plus, male A lived an active lifestyle years ago, was a lifter, took a little time off, wants to get back into it, versus someone who had a sedentary lifestyle throughout the majority of their life. Now they're like, you know what? I want to become a power lifter. How would the difference between your tactic and training them both, how would it be?
Well, the first thing is you got to have a good assessment. So you got to have a verbal assessment. You got to have a physical assessment. You got to check the medical history, right? Physical assessment, you put them through certain movements, see what they can do. Obviously, the person that's been there before, right, knows what that looks like.
Yeah.
So they may understand certain terminology and movements a little bit better. So that process could essentially be quicker because of that.
Okay.
You can probably start them off maybe a little bit faster. So that process may be a little bit easier because they know what it looks like. Their body is familiar with that stimulus and know what it feels like. Now, if you have the person that's looking to get into it, right, you try to paint them a picture as to what that looks like. You try to tell them it's going to be a process. It's going to be a lot of commitment because you said a power lifter, right? To try to go in and become a power lifter.
Yes.
You know, where their natural strength is at, what can they do currently, and understand like it's really a process to even be like a good competitive power lifter, because they can say, oh, I want to be a power lifter. Like, you know, you can deadlift 300-400 pounds and like quote unquote be a power lifter, but like where are your goals? What numbers do you want to get to? How consistent are you willing to be, right? Not just in your workout regimen, in your nutrition, right? Is your mind programming geared towards being not just a power lifter, but being really, really good at it?
Yeah.
And that process takes a little bit longer for somebody that's never been there.
Yes.
Right. But we set short-term goals. We try to knock them down. Right. And eventually we make those long-term goals initially. Right. And then maybe every couple months, see how far we are from those long-term goals. Right. Making sure that they're maximizing their outputs, making sure that they're doing things geared towards being a power lifter on days where they may not necessarily want to do those things. Right. Changing the mindset first is a big part of somebody that has never been there, that's trying to get there. So it is about the physical, but it's just as much about the mental. And once they're able to lock in and tune in here, right, everything else starts to fall in place, and then, you know, the chips fall where they do.
Nice. Darius, I truly appreciate you spending time to be on a Smooth Force Fitness podcast. I hope you guys learned a lot. He gave some beautiful pointers, some great info on fitness. And I want you guys to look forward to what he has in the future. I know his future is bright. It's going to be great. Darius, once again, thank you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
This has been a pleasure.
More episodes coming smooth. The Smooth Force Fitness podcast.